Hello again and welcome to another Warhammer 40K Imperial Guard Tactics video. Now before we get into today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to one of my followers, James Orsini, for sending in some pictures of his big Rough Rider army that he is undertaking. He has completed 60 Rough Riders, which includes 20 plasma gunners, and he is going to be building and painting another 60 custom Rough Riders. Now these guys look like they are made from Bretonnian models, which I don't even know if you can get those anymore. I mean, I have a huge Bretonnian army, and I don't think you can buy models of them anymore, so that's absolutely insane. And the fact that each one of them is converted is amazing. And they look really, really good. 120 Rough Riders. I would love to know the reasoning behind undertaking such a brave, beautiful project. But James, my hat's off to you. I salute you. That is an absolutely fantastic effort. The mod's looking great. Keep it up. Keep those updates flowing in. I was really excited when I saw the first pictures. You know, you had my interest, now you have my attention, kind of thing. They look absolutely fantastic. Very well done. Look forward to seeing the rest. If anyone else has any cool pictures or projects that they are working on and you would like me to use them in my videos or just give you a little shout out, then please post them on my Facebook page. There will be a link down in the description below. Because I love giving a bit of feedback and I love highlighting some of these absolutely incredible projects that you guys undertake. So, once again, thanks James, but now let's get into the main meat and potatoes of this video. So today we will be looking at the Loyal 32. Now, many of you in the competitive scene will be very familiar with what the Loyal 32 is. But for those of you who don't necessarily play competitively, or for those of you that don't even play Imperial Guard, the Loyal 32 is a very simple tactic that you can take to greatly boost the power of any Imperium army out there. And it's Imperial Guard. So, I hope that has you interested. Essentially, guys, the name refers to the number of models, the minimum number of models that you can take to fill out a battalion in the Imperial Guard. 32. 3 infantry squads and 2 company commanders. And that means you can get a battalion for the low price of 180 points. 40 points per infantry squad, 300 squads, 120 points. 30 points per company commander, 2 of them, 60 points, therefore 180 points. That's right, guys. Imperial Guard have access to one of the cheapest battalions available. And the fact that you have enough orders there to give each one of those squads orders, as extra abilities like first one 5 or move, is just icing on the cake. Now, why would anyone want that? I mean, as Imperial Guard players, we're not falling over backwards about 30 grunts and a couple of officers. Well, what it gives a lot of armies out there is access to very cheap command points. And also the ability for them to farm command points. I mean, it's better now post big FAQ, but the Imperial Guard still have access to the ability to double farm command points. 5+ to get your own back, 5+ to steal your opponent's via warlord traits and relics. So it gave people a CP battery, literally a battery they could plug in to their army and give them an instant boost in command points. And you would see this, and you still see this to this day, being implemented along things like knights. Knights who have access to practically no command points absolutely love a Loyal 32 because it just gives them an instant 5 additional command points. And there's a lot they can do with 5 additional command points. That's extra rotate ion shields. That's ability to get back up. That's if you're House Tyrannus. That's that's machine spirit resurgent 5 times. You also have things like Custodes who love the Loyal 32. Absolutely love it. You'll see it is a little different now. Now the sisters have their own beta codex, but you'd see a lot of Loyal 32 alongside sisters in their sort of Imperial soup style lists. Yes, so the Loyal 32 is a key component. Not only does it provide you with command points, it also provides you with a core of bodies. A thing that many of these elite armies that lack command points also lack. They don't lack sufficient ground presence. I mean, knights are 3 models. Custodes, when people were running loads of shield captains and bikes, were like 12, 15 models. Literally, it gave people access to cheap objective secured. And the last thing, which is very important, especially for knight players, was it gave them access to cheap screening. So you get a sense of basically, people were just taking a platoon of guardsmen and plugging it into every list that they had. And people still do this. If you're a Space Marine player out there, well, not so much a Space Marine player, because Space Marines don't have access to a huge amount of stratagems. But if you're a Knight player out there, you probably already know about this. But if you're a Warhammer 40K 8th player out there who's wanted to get into a competitive scene, one of the places you will start before you even consider which Flavor of the Month competitive army you're going to pick, you will have to put to one side 180 points to get yourself a Loyal 32. So extra command points, extra screening, objectives secured, bodies, boots on the ground. Now, it's interesting because this Loyal 32 is the #1 cause of Imperial Guard nerfs. Every time the Imperial Guard has received a nerf of some kind, it has been because of Imperial suit players basically whoring some guard, pimping some guard. Originally, the Loyal 32 was more like a Loyal 92, because people were taking 3 blocks of conscripts with a couple of commissars, and that was it. It was more points, but it still gave them the command points, but it gave them way more bodies, fearless bodies, which could take orders and all this kind of stuff. So that's where the conscript nerf came from. Now the Loyal 32 is where we've seen nerfs to all CP farming. That is the primary cause, and it's the primary reason why we get such a bad rep, to be honest, in the Imperial Guard these days. Now, post chapter approved. It's interesting because there's a shift away from the Loyal 32 and a shift towards, I don't know what name it's been given yet, but basically the Loyal 17. The Loyal 17 now is the, I believe, slightly cheaper version of the Loyal 32. It will save you 15 points, and you take an Adeptus Mechanicus battalion. You can take yourself 3 Scutari Vanguard squads. I think that's 7 points per model. Each squad's got 5 men in, so they're only 35 points instead of 40 points that you have to pay for a Guardsman squad. And your tech percentages now, the server arm is free, are only 30 points. So if you take a Loyal 17, you're actually saving yourself 15 points. To some people, that's worth it. Those 15 points, you must, when you're building a competitive list, you can't have any waste, and every single point saved is huge. So to some people, that's a really, really big deal. However, there are some sort of players out there, competitive players out there, which say the Loyal 32 is still the go-to. And the reason for this is 10 bodies with a 5+ save is better than 5 bodies with a 4+ save. So the ability for them to screen is much greater as well, and orders are superior to canticles. It's up to you. It's up to the player that's taking this battery. One way or another, you're getting a CP battery. It's just up to you what kind of flavour you want. The advantage is, I believe, that the Tech Priests can potentially repair some of the Knights. I'm not sure if that's true. I think one of them would have to be a Questa Mechanicus rather than a House Questa Mechanicus. But point is, guys, is that there's now options out there. Now, my hope is I'm seeing more and more people taking the AdMech version. 3 Scutari squads and 2 Tech Priests. My hope is that the hatred towards the Loyal 32 and the Imperial Guard in general will diminish slowly, and instead there will be sort of no one can really hate on the Adeptus Mechanicus because they're a nice army, but I'm hoping that some sort of more ire will go their way instead, just to balance it out. It's nice now that there are these options. Do you want to save a few points, sacrifice a few things, or do you want to go for traditional Loyal 32? There you go, guys. It's not, I can't, for those of you that wanted me to sort of pass comment on what do I think about the Loyal 32 in general, I find it more of an annoyance. I find it annoying that Imperial Soup is causing us mono guard players, us pure Ashman Town players, are giving us a bad rap. But having said that, I cannot fault anyone who wants to run a competitive 40k list. You can't, if you go into a tournament and you're going into that event with the aim to win it, then damn right you should use every ability you have. Within the rules, obviously, no cheating. But you should use everything you have at your disposal to win. That's the whole point of a tournament. It's determine who is the best in that event. Who's the best 40k player in that gaming hall. So yeah, damn right. I don't lose any respect. Doesn't bother me when I come across a competitive player using one. It just means that I get a great sense of satisfaction when I murder all those traitorous guardsmen that are in his army, being little bitches for CPs, and I get to slaughter. They are the first thing on my target priority list. Maybe that's not the most tactical thing, but I have to show him that I'm not going to stand by whilst he abuses the Imperial Guard. I will slaughter them. So there you go, guys. What do you think of the Loyal 32? Are there any sort of non-guard players out there that are following this channel? I'm sure there must be dozens of you. Which use the Loyal 32? Which do you prefer, the Loyal 32 or the Adeptus Mechanicus 17? Which do you now think is better, Guard or AdMech? Put your comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.